Hello my beautiful people, you're welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Thank you for your support, for watching, liking, subscribing, sharing my videos. Okay, thank you so much. And if you're new to this channel, you're very much welcome. I am Vivian, in case you don't know me. So in my previous tutorial, I showed how to draft this shoulder dart bustier pattern. Okay, so today I'll be showing you how to properly pad it, and this is the back pattern. So I'll be leaving the link to this tutorial in the description box below in case you haven't watched it. Okay, so do check it out and watch how we drafted this pattern. So I'll be showing you how to properly pad it today. Okay, so please, if you're new to this channel, you're very much welcome. Please kindly hit on the subscribe button below and also turn on the notification bell beside it so that you'll be part of this family and you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and transfer this pattern on my fabric. So let's get started. So I have it here. Okay, so you can see my bust point, so I'll just notch it. Okay, so I would notch this point so that when I'm padding it, I would be able to match the both of them. Okay, I'll be able to match them up. So I have it here, and I will do same on this other side. So that is just it. Just notch the bust point. So this is it. Okay, so I have it here. So by the time I'm about joining, once I have matched up these points together, every other part would fall in place. So that is just it. Now I would cut out the lining piece and the satin for it. Okay, then I will show you the next thing to do. So I have my satin fabric here and the lace fabric. So now I want to cut the wording. Okay, so I can show you how to pad it, and this is my wording. So what I'll do is just to open it up. So have the fusible side, that is the side that can be sticky when you iron it to the fabric. So sometimes it doesn't stick, okay, but you can just use it like that. So what I'll do is to place my satin fabric. So I'll be using the satin. By the time I'll cut with the satin, then I would then place the lace on it. Okay, so this is it. What you do, just arrange it on the wording. Now we'll be marking. So the wording for the lower part would be directly under the bust. That is where you have the under bust points. That is where the wording would be. Then from the bust point, you mark 4 inches up. That is where it will get to. Okay, it will not get to the neckline of the blouse, so that it will not have problem when you're sewing and stitching it. So from the bust point, you mark 4 inches up. That is where you have it. Then at this lower part, it will stop directly at the under bust. So my wording is not even here. What I'll do is just to mark it, or let me use this other side. So I can use this side. So now I can place my satin. Like I said, the under bust point should be down like so. So just watch what I'm doing. Okay. So I'm just shifting it because this part would not get to the edge of the fabric. Then I'll place this one. So you see why you need to notch the bust point. It will help you. It will be like a guide for you. Okay, so you just match it up like so. Now I can measure. So 4 inches from the bust point. So this for the bust point, this is where it will get to. Let me use a different color chalk. So this is it. From this point also, you have it there. Okay, so you also measure from this side 4 inches and have it there. So the same thing for the both sides. So I'll go ahead and just trace it and cut it. Okay, I'll go ahead and trace it out and cut it. So what I'll do is just to use my ruler to connect it like so. Okay, so by the time I just cut it out, I would trim out the edges because the wording shouldn't also get to the edge of the fabric. So let me just cut it out so that you can see what we have there. So I'll go ahead and cut out. Okay, now I would also mark the bust point of the wording too. Okay, so I will notch it so that when I'm stitching, that would be a guide also for me. So I have this one. Now I'll also cut this one. So let me just cut from this side. Then I'll mark the bust points. I'll mark it. So I'll notch the bust points on the wording. I'll do same for this other one. So now I can cut this one. Also notch the wording. I have it like so. So now for these two side panels, you can decide to just give it a shape, any shape you like. So just trim the both of them to be equal. So I have them. Let me open them up again. This one is for this, and this one is for this. Okay, so you can see what I have here. So I'll still like to trim it because I don't want it to get to the armhole. I don't want it to get to the armhole. Let me also use it to trim this one. So this is what I have. Okay, so you have this, then you have this one. So you see why you need to notch it, so it will help you to be able to match it up. The notching will help you match it up. So I have it like so. Okay, you can see what I have here. This is how it should be. Okay, so I can decide to still reduce the top part because I don't want, by the time I sew my lining, I don't want this edge of the wadding to get to the top. So you can still reduce it a little bit, just following it like so. So I'm being careful here not to cut my satin. So I have it. So this is just okay. This is just okay. So the next thing now is to go ahead and stitch. So this is just okay. So this is how to cut your wadding for padding the shoulder dart busting. So the next thing now is just to place my lace under it and go ahead and stitch. Okay, so I'll just place my lace under it. So I cannot emphasize it enough, the notching at the bust point. So you can see how it is really helping me now to be able to match up everything. So you can see this. So just place the line, the lace under. Just matching everything up. So remember that the wrong side of the lace should be the one touching the good side, the right side of the satin. So I can have it this way. Okay, so you can see it. So now I would hold everything down with pin. I'll hold it down with pin before going to stitch. So this is just to make it easy for me and for you too. Okay, so at this bust point, just match up everything, bust point to bust point. So just match it up and you pin it there. So make sure that everything is aligned. Then you pin it. So just pin it there. So now you can start placing the other sides, just to be sure that everything matches up. Okay, So just pin. You can go ahead and just sew directly on your sewing machine, but I'm just doing this to make it clear to you so that you can see what you have there. Okay, so I'm pinning it, and you'll be sewing by 1/2 inch. So I'm just pinning everything down to show you what it will look like. Okay, because I might not be able to move my camera to the sewing machine area, so just pinning everything down for you. So the way I am pinning it, that is how you would stitch. Okay, so that is how you would go ahead and stitch. So where you have stones and beads, you just carefully remove them. Okay, so where you have stones and beads at the edge where you would stitch, so just carefully remove them, like you can see me doing. Okay, it's very easy to remove them, so you can see. So you remove them so that you don't break up your needle when stitching. So I'll go ahead and continue matching them up together and pinning it down. So I also do same at this other side. Just remove my stones, match them up and pin them down. So I'm just taking my time to show you. Okay, I can just do this straight on my sewing machine. While I stitch, I will just adjust. While I stitch, I'll adjust. But I'm doing this just to show you, okay, what you should do when you are stitching it. So I have a video on this channel showing the stitching of bustier blouse. Okay, the padded bustier blouse, and that is the princess dart bustier blouse. So I will leave the link also in the description box so that you can also check it out if you want to know how to go about the stitching. But the way I am holding it down with pin, that is just what you would go ahead to do on your sewing machine. Okay, so you can see I've held everything down, and I'll just go ahead and stitch. So you can see this. Okay, so I'll go ahead now and stitch by 1/2 inch, and I'll do same to this other one. So by the time I'm done stitching, you'll see what we have there. Okay, so I've sewn the wording, and this is what I have. You can see. Okay, so this is it. So I have it like so. So this would accommodate the bust of my client. Okay, you can see the shoulder. Okay, so this is it. So the next thing now is to sew the lining to it. So this is simply how to pad your shoulder dart busty. So I'll go ahead and give it a good press from the inside, okay? And everything would relax very, very well. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. Please hit on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. See you.